I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast.
So today we're continuing the discussion of dealing with power struggles. And yesterday we talked about the first step in getting out of a power struggle, which is to stop talking, to disengage your side of the tug of war, and to role model for your child how to disengage their side of the tug of war. Today I want to talk a little bit about being kind and firm. This is one of the most important concepts across the board for parenting. And it's especially important when we're dealing with power struggles. If we're too kind as a parent, this means that we don't set proper limits and boundaries and that kids walk all over us and on our rules and the limits that we set. If we're too firm as a parent, our kids tend to be either rebellious if they have an outgoing personality or withdrawn if they're more quiet or internalized. And they will also internalize negative feelings about themselves and think that they're bad. Whereas the more outgoing kids will have a lot of outward disrespect for you. So either of these two extremes is not beneficial in dealing with power struggles. So one of the old ways is to be my way or the highway about it. That doesn't work, at least not in this philosophy with redirecting power struggles. And letting them just run amok over all your rules doesn't work either. So what we're looking for is a real balance between kindness and firmness. And this could look like something as simple as when your child does something, to take a moment where you take that deep breath and you stop talking and to just stay present. Because one of the old patterns of how we deal with conflict with our kids is either to get really mad and walk off and just say, I'm not dealing with this, I'm out of here, or to stay and challenge the child. And then in that case, we often start fighting at their level, which is humiliating for us and usually ineffective for the outcome. And it's also role modeling for children how to keep fighting in a warlike way. So kind and firm can look like staying present and smiling, yet not giving in to their demands. It can mean that you don't engage them in a knockdown, drag out fight, but you do stay and say something either in your head with your attitude, or you can even verbally say it. I love you. I want to work this out with you. I'm not willing to fight and I'm not willing to give in either. We're going to figure out how to work this out together. Together we're going to figure out how to make a solution to this happen. You're important, you matter, and my needs matter as well. And that's one important concept to being a democratic parent, is that you make sure that you take care of your needs as well. So if your child's shouting or being disrespectful or not talking in a manner in which you can have a chat with them and negotiate with them, then you want to say, I'm not comfortable having this discussion right now. I need you to be talking respectfully to me. So when you're ready to do that, we can continue this discussion and see if we can come up with a solution to the problem here. So as I go through the different ideas for getting out of a power struggle, we're going to remember this concept of being kind and firm at the same time over and over and over again. Children tend to respond much, much better when we have this balance of kindness and firmness in place. It's a much easier way to win their cooperation over than either being too strict or too lenient. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Debbie Godfrey, owner and founder of positiveparenting.com. I hope you'll go and check out my website and follow me on Instagram and let me know about what you thought about today's episode. Did you learn something new? Were you able to do something different with your children? Did you have a success story? Those are my favorite to share. Let me know. Contact me. I'd love to hear from you. And also, what future topics would you be interested in hearing about on the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast? Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support. Take care and happy parenting.